exposed. But also on the show, the Congress has been raided in a way by the BJP in Goa. We'll tell you more. Our newsmaker tonight is the man who's led the rebellion, former Chief Minister Digambar Kamath. Why has he left the Congress for the BJP? Don't miss that explosive interview coming up. But first, as always, it's time for the 9 headlines at 9 tonight. An India Today investigation exposes the 40% commission Raj. Netas, Babus, engineers come together responsible for Bengaluru's civic mess. Operation Bribegate reveals corruption at all levels in Bengaluru's municipality. The Congress split wide open in Goa. 8 out of the 11 Congress MLAs joined the BJP months after the election, including former Chief Minister Digambar Kamath. The Congress had 11 legislators. Now it's down to just 3 in the 40-member Goa Assembly. Bengal's blame game intensifies over yesterday's Kolkata violence. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee breaks her silence, accuses the BJP of getting goons from outside to create the unrest. Supreme Court green flags longer tenures for Saurav Ganguly and Jai Shah at BCCI, says office bearers can have 2 consecutive terms before a mandatory 3-year cooling off period. National Child Rights Body seeks action against Rahul Gandhi, says Rahul Gandhi is using children as a political tool in the Bharat Jodo Yatra. The Congress says the Child Rights Body is just following the government's diktats. Language war takes center stage in Karnataka. Former Chief Minister Kumaraswamy protests against Hindi Divas. Bomai says no question of neglecting Kannada. Actor Jacqueline Fernandez grilled by the Delhi police for 9 hours in a 200 crore extortion case. Sources tell India Today there are inconsistencies in her response and that of others in the case. Noora Fateh also summoned. A political war breaks out in Maharashtra over the big-ticket semiconductor Vedanta Foxconn plant. Opposition alleges plant was shifted to Gujarat at the last minute due to political pressure. And Queen Elizabeth's coffin is brought to London. King Charles, Prince William and Harry walk behind the Queen's coffin. Thousands to pay tribute at Westminster Abbey over the next 4 days. But tonight, our explosive special investigation right at the very top. The real reason why Bengaluru, one time billed as India's Silicon Valley, has sunk. Remember the pictures that came in last week had exposed Bengaluru's civic mess. Tonight, we will expose the commission Raj behind it. The contractor, politician, bureaucrat nexus. Contractors admitting to how they give bribes on tape. Contractors reveal exactly where the so-called 40% cut is going, how they distribute it. A big chunk of the bribes go to the netas across party lines, including the ruling BJP and even opposition leaders. The primary chunk, of course, going to the ruling BJP there. So clearly, this is the big story that we are breaking. Remember, as bulldozers have run through some of Bengaluru's encroachments and illegal constructions which caused the dramatic flooding of the city only last week, the question has arisen, who cleared those illegal constructions? Why is there no monitoring? An India Today investigation has found that this is a deep entrenched nexus of local politicians, civic engineers and contractors that has corroded Bengaluru's civic infrastructure over the years. Today it's Bengaluru. It could be any city in the country that is a victim of this nexus. Take a look at tonight's top story by Mohammad Hizbullah and the Special Investigation Team.
Bulldozers rumble through. Encroachments blamed for the recent flooding being cleared. As the hulking JCBs struggle to deal with Bengaluru's civic mess. A charge that civil contractors pay a staggering 40% cut for every civic project here has gathered steam and exploded now. An India Today investigation has dug deeper and gotten to the core of the dirt. We find out how public works could have been compromised brazenly in a city of some 10 million people over the years. And our probe indicates the rot could be widespread, percolating down from elected netas at the local level across party lines. Corruption not limited to a single party or a government official, it could be pervasive. This is KT Manjunath, head of the main contractor association linked to Bengaluru's BBMP municipality. When investigated, he first reveals how municipal engineers and inspectors issue completion certificates to contractors for shoddy public works in exchange for bribes. Listen in.
हमारे म्यूनसिपल में इंजीनियर्स को गवर्नमेंट इंजीनियर्स है उसको टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम है वो सभी पैसा मांगने में बिजी अच्छा पैसे कमाने में बिजी है वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर करने के लिए वो ठीक से करने के लिए इंटरेस्ट नहीं अच्छा वो ड्रेनेज सभी ग्रेडियंट अच्छा काम कर दे तो पानी कोई नहीं रुक नहीं सकते सभी जाता है तो फिर आप अच्छा काम क्यों नहीं करते अच्छा हम काम करने के लिए वो इंस्ट्रक्शन कौन देना है इलेक्टेड बॉडी और इंजीनियर्स का वो इंटरेस्ट नहीं देता हमको क्या हम उसको पैसे दे गए तो हमको ऐसे काम फिनिश करके बिल करने के लिए जरूरत था अच्छा जरूरत पैसे हम भी पैसे कमाने के आए हैं करप्शन तो ऐसा नहीं था ना करप्शन नहीं होता करप्शन तो हमेशा काम अब ज़्यादा हो गया अच्छा पहले कितना था अब कितना हो गया पहले आप कितना पहले देते थे अब कितना देते हैं पहले 15-20 अब 40 का ज़्यादा हो गया 40 से ज़्यादा हो गया बट आप भी देते हैं डेफिनेटली इधर नहीं दिया तो काम नहीं जो करप्शन का जो है ब्रेकअप क्या है तो काम लेने के लिए देना है कितना काम लेने के लिए 12 to 15% है और बाद में फाइल सभी सभी वर्क ऑर्डर लेने के लिए 2% तो काम करके बिल लगाने के लिए वो एक आदमी को एक इंजीनियर को 5 एक इंजीनियर यही 5% यही का 5% AEE का 3 अच्छा ओके और अगेन एग्जीक्यूटिव इंजीनियर को 2
So you heard the head of Bengaluru's Contractor Association admitting that a contractor usually pays up a large chunk of 12 to 15% of project costs to the local neta of the area, and another 10 to 12% split between engineers and bureaucrats at different levels in the initial stages of every single project.
25% तो आपने अभी कैलकुलेट करा दिया बाकी का जो 15% वो किधर जाता है बाकी को फाइल मोमेंट के लिए बिल लेने के लिए वर्क कंप्लीशन होता है वर्क कंप्लीशन सर्टिफिकेट लेना होता है यहाँ से तो उसके लिए भी पैसे देने होते हैं हाँ उसका कितना है वो आधा परसेंट अच्छा आधा परसेंट
The remaining 15% is given to bureaucrats, engineers and office boys for file movement at different stages. Another 0.5% goes into securing the completion certificate from local authorities.
क्या वो इंस्पेक्शन जो करते हैं वो सही से करते हैं या पेपर पे हो जाता है ये ऑफिस में हो जाता है ऑफिस में मतलब जाते नहीं देखने काम कैसा हुआ 82 years.
Yeah, I met him.
When?
Kal.
KT Manjunath now explains how local politicians in power allegedly rigged the online bidding for civic projects from the word go.
Acha.
Contractors greasing their palms with up to 15% of the estimated total cost win the awards.
अभी गए थे. But tender तो
टेंडर
ई टेंडर होता है ना.
किसको बोलता है उसको टेंडर देते हैं.
कैसे हो तो ई टेंडर होता है. ऑनलाइन अप्लाई करो तो उसमें कैसे सेटिंग होगा.
टेंडर कॉल करता है वो टेंडर लगा वो बोलता है.
कौन.
वो इलेक्टेड बॉडी बोलता है वो इसको देना है तो मेरे को बोल दिया मेरे देने के लिए काम देने को बोल. हम क्या करता है हम एक लगाते हैं और हमारा दोस्त का भी एक और सपोर्टिंग डॉक्यूमेंट लगा किसी और लगा दिया तो उसको रिजेक्ट करता.
लोकल पॉलिटिशियन एमएलए काउंसलर वो भी डिस्टर्ब नहीं करता.
बिफोर दैट ओनली इफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट पहले दिया था ना वो पूजा का आता है. नहीं तो वो काम करने के लिए 6 months 1 year पहले देना है.
अच्छा.
हाँ.
फिर वो पूजा के लिए आएगा.
नहीं तो नहीं आएगा.
पूजा के लिए आने का मतलब कि विराट ही उसको पैसे दिए गए हैं तो वो कितना % होता है.
नहीं 12 to 15.
तो 2 करोड़ का काम है तो हाउ मच कितना पैसा दे के आते हैं आप. 30 lakhs to politician.
A startling confession from the horse's mouth about rampant bribing breaking Bengaluru. That's how corruption may have corroded Bengaluru's civic infrastructure.
Again,
Stay tuned for more. This big expose has just only gotten started. With Mohammad Hizbullah, this is India Today's special investigation team.
There you have the head of the Contractors Association detailing exactly how the monies are paid down the chain. 40% commission in Bengaluru for projects for the city. Now this money reportedly goes to greasing over 40 to 50 people depending on the scale of the project. Here's another report by Mohammad Hizbullah that gives you an even deeper insight into how this nexus operates in Bengaluru. Take a look.
एक सिंगल पॉइंट विंडो होता है.
T. Giriraj and GM Nandakumar are partners and executive members of the Karnataka State Contractors Association. They also confessed to paying commissions for official clearances to up to 50 people for a single project, from office boys right up to local netas.
If we talk about the percentage.
the percentage.
No, it's not. It's
No.
10 to 15.
Earlier to
After, before
19. After now
After now 30 to 40.
30 to 40%.
Yeah.
So how will you
Overall, including officials, not for not for politician, including officials. Right from the P1 to now 50 tables is going.
50 tables?
Yeah, 50 members. Everybody
will touch the file without the
money.
including
Not
the
signing.
P1.
The commission amount goes in a stage wise or is that's one time payment?
No, stage wise.
Stage wise.
Yeah.
First
Tender. First I put the tender. Tender approval. First stage tender approval. Second stage is work order.
Okay.
Third stage is
Beginning of the
start the work.
Okay.
Start the work. Coming all politicians.
Okay.
Not come. Commission not given. Not coming.
No.
Start the work.
So before, after when you start the work, then you have to deal with the politician.
Yeah.
Before that, you have to deal
Before the start the work, you have to deal.
Okay.
he has to come and do the puja. That means he has to give
Money. Commission. He didn't know. Commission.
If he is coming for puja, then he has taken a commission.
Understood. And it's cleared. Puja means yes. All party members, all party. Not for BJP, not for Congress, not for Janata, all parties. All parties are
Right from the beginning it has come down.
Vinayant Raj Paparaju is another contractor for civic projects. He also corroborates that bribes for official approvals of public works are more the norm than the exception in Bengaluru, from winning bids to bill payments. Quality controls daringly overlooked.
तो ये bribe पहले कितना था, अब कितना हो गया?
पहले तो 15%.
हाँ?
15% उतना नहीं.
पहले, अब?
अभी थोड़ा ज़्यादा होता है. 42%.
42?
42%.
42?
You can assume as 40%. 35 to 40%.
40
It's become double. Earlier it was been unofficial and they were supposed to ask unofficially only.
Okay.
But now they started asking officially. You give this much percent, I'll give this much percent.
Okay. तो who asking? कौन पूछता है? कौन मांगता है?
Department. कौन department नहीं करता? Certain department. The payment will come as a stage wise. First, if you have been ordered, then will be 10%. And middle stage, 10%. And the final bill will be balanced.
That is 35 to 40%.
For the negotiate goes there, but not less than 35, nobody will. लेकिन इंस्पेक्शन तो नहीं करेगा.
इंस्पेक्शन नहीं होता, पेपर पे ही होता सिर्फ. तो फिर तो क्वालिटी कहाँ से? क्वालिटी तो चेक हुआ ही नहीं ना.
कुछ ना कुछ रीजन दे सकते हैं ना. बारिश आ गया, पेड़ गिर गया, तूफान आ गया.
After torrential rains brought India's IT hub to its knees, authorities pledged a crackdown on the city's unchecked development over illegal encroachment.
It has been one of the very wet monsoon this year, and after 1998 we have not faced this type of great downpours coming in at great intensity for a shorter duration. We have removed around 40 such violations already. We have a old list which we are operating, but that is getting dynamically revised because few more encroachment must have come and few must have been left out in that list. So we are also updating that list. We are breaking, if you see, and as you have covered major area, the demolition is happening in most of the places in Mahadevpura.
But the bigger malaise seems to be seated inside the system, its roots lying deep in Bengaluru's bureaucratic and political institutions. With Mohammad Hizbullah, this is India Today's special investigation team.
There you have it. Bengaluru's contractor Babu politician nexus being revealed on tape. Is this the commission Raj that is sinking not just Bengaluru but all our cities? I'm getting messages from people in different cities, from Pune, Gurgaon, saying please come to our cities. The same thing is happening here. Are all political parties guilty of bribery, or should the ruling party in Karnataka, the BJP, take prime responsibility? What will it take to end Commission Raj? Just some of the questions we'll raise. Srinivas Alavalli, head civic participation, Janagra Center for Citizenship and Democracy, activist who's been raising this issue, joins us. Ajay Kumar Singh, former DGP Karnataka, who is one of the most respected officers from Karnataka with us, will join us shortly. S. Prakash, BJP spokesperson Karnataka. Aishwarya Madhav, Congress spokesperson, joining us. Mr. Prakash, you must start because for the last 5 years, BBMP, Bengaluru ruled by BJP, Karnataka ruled by BJP. When Siddaramaiah was in power, you used to say 10% commission sarkar. Now it has gone up to 40%. Na khaunga, na khane dunga. What happened? Everybody seems to be eating.
No, first of all, we were not in the power for the last 5 years in the BBMP. Let me be very clear. It was the Congress party was in the power for the last 4 years. Only for the last term, the BJP came back to power after the change of power at the Vidhan State Assembly.
That's right.
We were not in power.
So that is since 2019, post 2019.
Let me complete.
Yes.
In the last 22 years, BJP is in power in Karnataka for only about 7 years. Rest of the period, it is Congress and the JDS which were in power. JDS sharing power with the Congress party are with us for 2 years. So we are only there for 7 years. And this 40% what these contractors are speaking about it, I feel first they should be put behind the bar immediately. When they confess that the public money is being splurged and they are doing under quality work, taking huge amounts of allotments, first they should be sent to jail. How can they do this? They should have refused to take the work if the 40% commission is demanded. And can we believe these corrupt contractors, whatever they say, and they are gone.
Prakash, you are blaming the contractors and saying that the Neta at the top of the pyramid is the Neta. Come on.
Sir,
Prakash, don't blame the contractor and the Neta. Both should go to jail.
No, let them prove, let them give the details and lodge a complaint with the Lokayukta, which is more powerful now, and let them take all those who have taken the money to jail. I have no problem at all. We have about 15 Congress MLAs in Bangalore city. One person, many of them are getting re-elected repeatedly for the last 20 years. What are they doing? Is their constituencies free from potholes, or it is free from any of the civic problems? If the Bangalore has a problem, it is every party MLA is also responsible. And these contractors who are confessing on camera, I take your.
They even wrote to the Prime Minister, some of them. You know that some of them went public and wrote to the Prime Minister.
Election-driven. Sir, they are election-driven campaign.
You are saying the contractors are election-driven. They have been paid by the opposition. Is that what you are saying?
No, why don't they go to the police? Why don't they go to the court? Why don't they go to the Lokayukta? Speaking to the media repeatedly for the last 1.5 years, repeating the same old complaint without putting a shred of evidence. I'm not saying everything is very perfect, very clean. I'm saying if there is any corruption there, why are you keeping quiet? Why are you accepting that contract?
You're saying that the contractors should go to the Lokayukta, they should go to the police authorities, not come on media and raise these issues without what you're claiming is no evidence. Remember, this is on hidden camera. Okay, that the reason they've now come. Okay, let Aishwarya Mahadev respond. Aishwarya Mahadev, the sense will be that Bengaluru, as Mr. Prakash said, has had municipal authorities where the Congress also has been in power, and the JDS, and indeed the BJP. So this is not an issue which is necessary political party specific. The BJP is in power in the Vidhan Sauda. Is that enough reason to blame only the BJP for what's going on, the so-called 40% Raj?
Rajdeep, listening to Mr. Prakash, the BJP absolutely has no hand in this, but everybody besides them seems to be culpable. And let me just clear out one singular thing. I think the 40% conversation has been going on for so long, and now convincingly we know who all are implicit in the process. And that, I think, is extremely shameful. I come from this state. I've been part of this city, and to see my city suffering like this because of this sort of entrenched system of corruption and bribery is extremely shameful. But, Mr. Prakash says, let them come out with evidence. We will take care. I'll give you the example of Mr. Santosh Patil, who was a contractor who committed suicide, who had letters, who gave out, spoke to the media as well, killed himself. Mr. Ishwarappa went through one of these very perfunctory sort of
investigations. Any evidence?
I did not interrupt.
Please don't deviate the subject. Please
she did not interrupt you. Let her speak.
Rajdeep, the saddest part today is that even if you want to speak out the truth, the same manner in which Mr. Prakash completely discredit the Contractors Association, who, mind you, depend on the government money for their livelihood, if they've gone to the extent of saying we haven't been paid our dues without a bribe, risking being blackballed, risking being ostracized by the government for further contracts, you realize how serious the situation is. So now the question comes down to, where does the buck stop? Where does accountability come from? I can tell you very clearly that tomorrow, if you have an investigation, if there are legislators on either side of the board, including us, we will take responsibility responsibility for it, because we have had ministers resign, we have had MLAs put under the scanner, while the BJP, whether it's Arga Gnanendra, Ashwath Narayan, in all these scams that you've seen throughout, even Mr. Muniratna, you've seen the BJP has completely covered up, including Ishwarappa, covered up for them.
Okay.
I can tell you, I live in a state where it's not just Bangalore infrastructure, where even now in demolitions, you see the sort of discrepancy of who they're prioritizing. But if the BJP is really a government that is of a difference, if they're against corruption, if they're going to do na khaunga, na khane dunga, the line in Hindi, then let them start here.
Okay.
Let them have heads roll, and not just of officers. Officers are not paying to God or a temple, they're paying to politicians. Name them, shame them, take them out of power, or take action.
Okay.
Allow the process.
Let me though just for a moment get a view from civil society. Joining us is Srinivas Alavalli. Srinivas, why don't citizens file FIRs possibly based, a story like this can become the basis of it. Let there be an investigation. You see, all of this is being done in the media domain, but the police seems unable to actually, should citizens also now name and shame? The time has come. Who are these illegal encroachments? I've been given a list of all the illegal encroachments and which politician is allegedly behind it. Is the time come to name and shame?
I believe that's what we are all doing now, right? In fact, I must point out that it's a primary job of the media to do this, and I commend India Today for what it has done today. It's not like none of us know about it. And like you mentioned, everybody's calling you from every state and city. And this is the reality of India today. Whether it is urban, rural, Haryana, Karnataka, or Maharashtra, anywhere, the percentages are accepted reality of India. Mm-hmm. And while our political parties may pretend to be divided by the ideology, they are completely united by the corruption. I was looking at the list of MLAs that Mr. Prakash was mentioning. In Bengaluru, we have 28 MLAs, Rajdeep. And out of the 28, you'll be shocked to know that nearly 20 of them are in their third or fourth term.
Yes.
They get repeatedly elected, evenly balanced between Congress and BJP. Both parties have equal number of seats. Maybe right now Congress is little less because some of the Congress MLAs have moved into BJP in the last year or so. But for the last 15 years, both parties had equal number of MLAs and they keep getting elected again and again. So if you were to ask civil society a question about naming and shaming and filing FIRs, the larger question I think we should ask the civil society is, why are you voting them again and again? If these are the people that made our city into this.
No, but they will say they have no option, Srinivas. They will say at the moment many of these MLAs are also developers. The developers themselves are the ones promoting the so-called IT parks that are taking place. And the fact is that in many of these cases, these are encroaching onto public land and the contractors are happily paying the bribes. And, everybody benefits. The builder benefits, the Babu benefits, and the Neta benefits.
Let's not confuse the 40% commission on public works to the encroachments of stormwater drains for private development, right? These are two different things. And the 40% will pale in comparison with the thousands of crores we are talking about in terms of occupying public space and encroaching. So much bigger and different problem. Even there, Rajdeep, if the citizens don't have options, don't the political parties have options? You mentioned the famous slogan by Honorable Prime Minister, na khaunga, na khane dunga. Why are the same people being given tickets again and again? Same question goes to Congress party.
Okay, good.
Isn't this a right time to replace your set of leaders? If this is the position they brought our city to, isn't it time for a change?
I have a figure which says that there are the assets of all the municipal councillors have gone up by 10 times and more. Over the period they've been in power, on an average, some have gone by 40, 50%, even 100, 200% more is the list of the assets of these various leaders. But I'm also joined, Ajay Kumar Singh, former DGP Karnataka, is on the phone line. Ajay Kumar Singh ji, what is surprising is this is Bangalore's worst kept secret. Why is the police, in your view, not acting, Mr. Singh? Why is the police reluctant to crack down in a way on these contractors who are claiming now openly 40% commission?
No, I'm very surprised you are saying crack down on the contractors who are complaining of corruption. You see, I would like to come back. I missed, say, first 15 minutes or so. The issue of waterlogging and suffering of people due to the heavy rain. So there I will say that there's no doubt there have been heavy rains. and some areas are flooded and people are suffering. But what is surprising, this happens every year. I have been in Bangalore for decades.
But what we have exposed today is how contractors are openly saying on camera that they are paying these bribes up to 40%. So I'm looking at the Commission Raj. Why is this Commission Raj not being exposed and cracked? We put out these stories. Who's going to act against them?
No, I think, if the proper complaint is given, and whosoever is involved, I think the bureaucracy and the politicians and the contractors, I think all are party to it.
But will the police crack down, sir? Will the police crack down on the local officials or indeed the politicians?
No, I am not aware which complaint has been given to whom, but I can say as a retired police officer, yes, if a complaint is given, they must act as per law. And this naming and shaming enough is not enough.
Is not enough. You're calling...
And again I hear that citizens must do this, citizens must do that. All right, citizens have to do everything, and then what for governments are there? What for ministers are there? What for MLAs are there? What for whole police and all other bureaucracy is there? What for are they there? They must perform their duties.
Sure,
and if not, they must be held responsible.
Very good point. Therefore, taking out from what Mr. Singh has said, Aishwarya Mahadev, if the 40% commission, you want to make an election issue, go and file a criminal complaint, go and file a police complaint. Why don't you file a police complaint? The problem is, the fear is all of you are involved. If today you file a criminal complaint against the BJP MLA, they will also have Congress municipal councillors and MLAs who are also in this. We know all the big developers who are in the Congress as well.
Rajdeep, the fact of the matter is whether it was the Contractors Association or whether complaints that have come out with PSI, KPTCL, even the gunny sack scam that is happening now, the local Congress leaders have spoken to these associations about filing complaints. One. The second thing, this issue has been raised for special discussion and also for investigation even in the well of the House, with our CLP leader and Mr. DK Shivakumar both talking about it repeatedly in the capacity of legislators that a special investigation should be undertaken.
File an FIR. Why don't you go after this show, say that you've just seen a show on India Today where 40% commission is being put. Go and file an FIR, Aishwarya Mahadev.
I will file an FIR, Rajdeep, 150%, but I also hope Mr. Prakash on this show can give us assurance that he will talk to his government to take some action. Let's take the criminal justice system or the police out of this, but also the fact of what the government, the current dispensation is going to do rather than just abdicating responsibility and apportioning blame onto others.
Okay, good point. The buck stops with you, Mr. Prakash. You see, you are in power in Karnataka today. You are claiming, the Prime Minister claims that there will be no corruption allowed, zero tolerance for corruption, and yet in Karnataka there are serious questions being raised over corruption. There's a PSI scam, there are encroachment scams, now there is Commission Raj. What are you going to do? It's time that you also acted.
Sir, in PSI scam, government is very serious about it. Several senior police officers are behind the bar. Several brokers have been arrested and they are behind the bar, and the investigation is going in the right direction. Regarding the encroachment scam, I told you earlier, out of 22 years, it is 17 years Congress party was in power. I can give you the
Sir, let's not go into past. I am talking about today. Today, when the 40% charge is being made and made so seriously, where is the effort being made by the government to say, okay, we will appoint a special investigation team, let them go and find out whether these charges are true or not? It's the government's responsibility.
No, CID is already inquiring into PSI scam. These contractors who are charging that the 40% is being demanded, for the last 2 years they are making the same complaint. Where is the document or where is the complaint against any son of the minister? I will tell you, in a KPCC press meet, before the press meet, Ugrappa and another media in charge openly were discussing about the DK Shivakumar increasing the commission from 7% to 15%.
Sir, the citizens, sir, it is not your corruption versus others. I will repeat this.
I'm telling you,
Mr. Prakash, in Karnataka, the fact is, it is your government ruling
I'm
there.
not defending
If there is a
any
no, you are
corrupt,
sir.
politician
It
or
is
the-
time. It is time that politicians started accepting accountability. You cannot have the kind of situation that we have today in Bengaluru. I'm afraid our investigation must result, we hope, in at least some attempt made to clean the air. That's all we want.
I completely agree with you. I am not defending any corrupt politician or the contractor. The contractors, I request them, go to the police station, go to Lokaयुक्त, file a complaint.
Okay.
Let there be any accountability.
The last complainant.
Okay, let me leave it there. I've heard all the sides to this story, and it's very disappointing in a way that politicians are simply unwilling at times to accept that the buck must stop with them. But I appreciate that at least this investigation hopefully will trigger a wider debate in Bengaluru and indeed in all our cities. The time has come now to act against these contractor mafias that exist, and indeed their political masters, because they won't exist or flourish without their political masters. I appreciate my guest joining me here on the news today. So Operation Bengaluru Bribegate is done, and that is our top story at the moment. These contractors admitting bribing on tape. Operation Bengaluru Bribegate. Let's take a break at this point. When we return, we're turning to our other next story. What's happening in Goa? Let's tell you more. You're watching the news today. News without the noise.
Hey, I noticed something new. You started using a new body lotion.
Fun.
I'm so sorry for the delay. I was on another call. It just kept going on.
No, Papa. You were in a steam bath.
Steam bath? At home?
Two steam bath he takes.
Go to your homework.
It's 7:20 already. The kickoff's in 5 minutes. Get all the boys. We have the entire place to ourselves, man. Not working?
Of course it is. But I don't want you guys to be using this bathroom. So use the other one.
It's 7:20 already. The kickoff's in 5 minutes. Get all the boys. We have the entire place to ourselves, man. Not working?
Of course it is. But I don't want you guys to be using this bathroom. So use the other one.
China disengagement at the line of actual control lead to de-escalation and ultimately de-induction. Will there be a thaw in India-China relations, and will it lead to a return of India-China summit? Will Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping meet on the sidelines of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization? The opposition wants more clarity on the disengagement from the government. Join me, Gaurav Sawant, as I get you the latest on India First at 10 p.m. tonight, only on India Today.
To tonight's top political story, which comes from Goa, where in a big jolt to the Congress, 8 of its 11 MLAs today ditched the party and joined the BJP. These include former Chief Minister Digambar and leader of the opposition Michael Lobo. The revolt comes even as the Congress is taking out its Bharat Jodo Yatra. It's our top political story.
While Rahul Gandhi is busy in Kerala with his Bharat Jodo Yatra, a few hundred kilometers away, a Congress Chodo Abhiyan has been conceived and executed with clinical precision. 8 out of a total of 11 Goa Congress MLAs have defected to the BJP in a daylight coup. The rebels include former Chief Minister Digambar Kamath and Kalangut strongman Michael Lobo. They were welcomed to the BJP by Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant himself.
कांग्रेस ने भारत जोड़ो यात्रा स्टार्ट की थी। मुझे लगता है गोवा से कांग्रेस छोड़ो यात्रा स्टार्ट हो चुकी है। इसी तरह से पूरे देश भर में कन्याकुमारी से लेकर कश्मीर तक सभी लोग कांग्रेस को थोड़े-थोड़े छोड़ रहे थे, अभी लमसम में छोड़ रहे हैं।
Ironically, all these MLAs had taken a pledge of loyalty before elections in the presence of Rahul Gandhi. This was in addition to the oath they took at temples, churches and mosques. Digambar Kamath now claims the rebellion has God's blessings. Michael Lobo, who had switched to the Congress before the assembly elections, said he was returning to the BJP to strengthen the hands of Prime Minister Modi.
Leaders of Congress, they have given a signal to the party that this Bharat Jodo Yatra is not going to bring any difference to the party. The internal leadership had to be strengthened, which nobody is taking care.
Congress leaders, stunned by the rebellion, took to Twitter, lashing out at the BJP, calling the whole exercise Operation Kichad. In the 40-member Goa Assembly, the Congress is now left with a meager 3 legislators, while the BJP now has 28 MLAs following this dump and jump operation. The UPA now has just 4 MLAs in Goa, while the NDA has 33 seats, well over the majority mark of 21. The exodus to the BJP is nothing new. In a similar move in July 2019 during the previous assembly term, 10 out of 15 Congress MLAs had switched over to the BJP. With just 3 MLAs in their kitty, a Congress Mukt Goa assembly cannot be ruled out in the near future. Bureau Report, India Today.
And a short while ago, I spoke to Goa's former Chief Minister who's led the rebellion in a way, Digambar Kamath. Listen in to what he had to say. And joining me now is Digambar Kamath, the former Goa Chief Minister who's just left to join the BJP. Mr. Kamath, you know, people in Goa will ask this question as they will ask nationally. The same leader who was Chief Minister of the Congress for 5 years, who vowed before a mandir, a masjid and a church that you will never defect before the election, along with all the other Congress candidates, has today 6 months after the election defected. What happened to all those vows you made before the mandir, masjid?
I have explained to you. I have taken a vow before Mahalakshmi temple in Panjim. I have taken with the Panditji gave a vow which we repeated. Now in our Goa temple, there is a system of prasads. I am sure you are also aware of it. Whenever there is any problem, we go to the God. Even if supposing tomorrow I want to construct a building, I go to the God and I put prasad. I put those flowers and then I ask the reply. Shall I go ahead with this project or not? If God says no, I have no guts to go for that project. If God says yes, go ahead. Don't worry. So similarly, in this case, when I wanted to take a decision, I went to the temple of Mahalakshmi, main temple at Nageshi and Bandiwada, and I applied this, asked the Devi that I had taken this type of vow, Pandit had given this type of vow. Today the situation is like this. My workers are all angry. They don't want to work for Congress anymore. What I should, shall I move in this direction? Tell me. If you want, I should not move in that direction, then also you tell me. At that, the prasad which came to in my favor was that you go ahead with your wish. I am backing you.
Are you saying that the Congress party is a party that you no longer feel attached to?
Where there is opposition, you tell me. Where there is opposition. Is there an opposition? By doing yatras, you think you will fetch votes? Where is the organization? You see proper all the top leaders who had performed, who had done, they are leaving the party. Because of various reasons. But they are leaving the party. That is reality today. And party is not even doing introspection. That is what I said. Congress should do introspection. What is going wrong? Where they are wrong? There nothing. The party is actually at this moment. Party is leaderless. Where are the leaders? There is a group of leaders who take decisions. Nobody is there. So unless they do introspection,
Rahul Gandhi is there. You have no faith in Rahul Gandhi's leadership?
Where is the leadership?
You have no faith in Rahul Gandhi's leadership?
No, where is the leadership? That is what I am asking you. Where is the leadership? If leadership was there, we would have formed the government in 2017. Then we had 17 plus 1, 18 members, 18 MLAs.
Mr. Kamath, I know you are a believer in God. You go to a number of temples, but I want an honest answer today. Because you are a devout man, give me an honest answer that if you had been made the leader of the opposition after the Congress lost the elections in March, would you have stayed on in the party? Isn't that your real anger against the Congress leadership, that you are not made the leader of the opposition?
See, as I told you, out of 18 members, 17 members leave the party before the elections. Digambar Kamath is the only person, only MLA who stayed with the party and contested the election. Now you see all the MLAs who have got elected, you see, they are all first timers. Now suddenly, unceremoniously, without consultations, without asking anybody, you don't consult anybody, and you suddenly declare the leader of opposition. Now, how do you justify this type of actions? Who takes these actions without consultation? See, I'm the MLA winning the election for last 8 times from Margaon city. I have led the Congress government 5 years, coalition government with stability and with progress. Nobody can doubt about my working as the chief minister. Now you suddenly remove me as the leader of opposition. This is fair, and my workers, you don't see their sentiments. They have been in the opposition for the last 10 years. In spite,
but
they have stood with the party.
You keep saying there is no consultation, decisions are taken in an arbitrary fashion. Who are you holding responsible? Dinesh Gundu Rao, who was your general secretary in Goa, or are you holding Rahul Gandhi and the Congress leadership? Who is it that you are holding responsible for this style of leadership today?
Entire leadership. Was it not the responsibility of the leadership to at least call me to Delhi and hold consultations with me? Even if they want to change me, they would have even consulted the member of parliament who represents South Goa constituency. He represents 20 constituencies. We had a working president that time. They should have called us, all of us, and discussed with whom they hold discussions and how they can take a decision, arbitrary decision like this. Is this the way you treat a senior leader?
Sir, the fact is you are angry you seem to be angry. You seem to be angry.
Some Delhi leader comes to Goa. He had no courtesy even to give me a phone call and come and meet me and find out what is the problem. On the contrary, they filed a disqualification petition against me. What anti-party activity I had done?
No.
Is this the way to treat a senior leader?
No, Mr. Kamath, I can sense your anger. Just a minute. I can sense your anger against the Congress leadership. But the fact is, Mr. Kamath, you have gone and joined the BJP. Is there any truth that you have struck a deal with the BJP, that there were cases against you, and to ensure that there is no further investigation in those cases, that's why you joined the BJP? Is there any truth to that? You were in touch with Hemanta Biswa Sarma and he negotiated the deal.
You are not aware of what sort of cases they were.
Yes.
Take it from me. Those cases were false cases filed by the earlier chief minister against me. I am fighting those cases and I am not bothered. I know, I believe in the truth and I have full faith in God. I don't care for those cases. Those cases, what cases they have filed? In one case, I have been discharged. I know that. I don't require any help from anybody for those cases. My lawyers are efficient.
Was Hemanta Biswa Sarma the person who was used as a go-between you and Amit Shah? And is the deal that you will now contest the 2024 Lok Sabha election from South Goa? Is that the deal you have struck?
For your information, Hemanta Sharma has not been a conduit between me and central leadership. I have good connections at the central leadership. So that somebody is spreading that is wrong.
But you are leaving the Congress. You have left the Congress at a time when there is a Bharat Jodo Yatra going on. The Congress is saying that at the time of a Bharat Jodo Yatra, Digambar Kamath and others have been influenced by the BJP so that the wrong perception is spread about the Congress, that the Congress is falling apart. Is your decision's timing with an eye on the Bharat Jodo Yatra?
If I want to leave Congress, I would have left before 2022 elections. Many people had approached me that time. And there was hardly anything left in the Congress. Still I remain. You are not taking that into consideration. I was the only MLA who contested on Congress ticket. Rest all the MLAs had gone and contested on BJP ticket. It was easier for me. Who would have questioned me? Now you are questioning me all like this. Who would have questioned me that time? Nobody had guts to question me at that time. If I were to resign, but still I remain with the party. You are not able to appreciate that fact. In spite of all this drawback, I remain with the party.
But sir, within 5 months of being elected, no, I know that, but the fact is 5 months after being elected on a Congress ticket, you and 7 others have joined the BJP. What is the message? Goa will be again seen as a land of defectors. You always said that you did not like defection politics. You are now part of the same defection politics that you stood up against.
I slogged for the victory of the Congress party. I slogged for the party. I worked hard, day and night for the party. Who denies that? Can anybody deny that fact? Then I ultimately.
No, I don't think anybody can deny that you worked hard for the party.
My workers.
What is the future of the Congress? How do you see?
Ultimately, I am getting elected continuously because of my love from my workers. Now, if workers get agitated and workers do this,
right?
So what
I will ask you one. I will ask you one last question. Do you see a future for the Congress, or do you believe that the Congress now is a party which is a sinking ship?
See, Congress has reached. I personally feel that Congress should first introspect why this is happening. What is the reason? They are not introspecting. They are just going on like that only. They should introspect. You must have accessibility to the leadership. Here you don't have accessibility to the leadership. You have to ask me somebody else, then he will ask somebody else. This way the politics, today's politics cannot run like this. You have to take quick decisions. So there is no question of party reviving at this rate. You do any number of yatras. Mark my words. You do any number of yatras. Unless your organization improves, unless you introspect and see what is going on wrong, why people are leaving the party, then you have to see.
Okay. Mr. Kamath, thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay.
Digambar Kamath says that God told him it was time to switch to the BJP. Divine power. Okay, let's turn to our good news today story from all the politics around us. You might have heard of the saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. A big example of this has been depicted by a food delivery agent. Take a look at tonight's good news story. It comes from a Chandigarh-based Swiggy delivery agent, Vidya. Take a look.
If you live in Chandigarh, you may come across Vidya on the roads. The 30-year-old paralytic is a food delivery agent with Swiggy.
तो मैं सुबह सबसे पहले रूटीन है, मैं रेडी होकर उसके बाद योगा करती हूँ. उसके बाद मैं ब्रेकफास्ट के बाद मैं रेडी होती हूँ कि 9:30-10 के बीच मैंने लॉगिन करना है आईडी. शाम तक करती हूँ 6 से 7, कभी-कभी 6 बजे तक.
Life has been a tough ride for Vidya, who comes from Samastipur in Bihar.
2007 में जब मैं साइकिल चलाते आ रही थी ब्रिज से, तो मेरे साइकिल का बैलेंस बिगड़ गया और मैं ब्रिज से नीचे गिरी, जिसकी वजह से मेरी रीढ़ की हड्डी टूट गई और मेरी आधी बॉडी पैरालाइज्ड हो गई. उसके बाद मैं बेड पे ही रहने लगी.
Those were dark days, recalls Vidya.
आसपास के लोग मिलने आते थे, वो सब भी ऐसे बोलते थे कि ओहो बेटी आप तो ये बोझ बन के रहेगी लाइफ टाइम माँ बाप के ऊपर, तो इससे साथ इसको जहर दे दो तो मर जाएगी, सारा टेंशन खत्म हो जाएगा. तो ये सब सुन के बहुत दुख फील होता था कि भगवान जी इससे अच्छा तो मुझे मौत दे दो, या फिर मुझे अपने पास बुला लो, या फिर कोई सही रास्ता लगा दो.
Her life changed for the better 11 years after the accident, when she got in touch with the Chandigarh Spinal Rehab Center, which helped in surgeries that made her mobile once again.
15 दिन पहले ही मैंने ये स्विगी डिलीवरी जॉब ज्वाइन किया तो IIT मद्रास एक कंपनी है जो न्यू मोशन व्हीलचेयर बनाती है, उनका भी मैं धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगी कि उन्होंने चंडीगढ़ स्पाइन रिहैब को ये दिया।
Vidya is also an avid sports buff.
स्पोर्ट्स में मैंने लॉन टेनिस खेली, टेबल टेनिस खेलती हूँ, बास्केटबॉल नेशनल खेला है और मैंने स्विमिंग करी है, स्कूबा डाइविंग करी।
And she is definitely not letting her disability stop her from chasing her dreams.
भी खेलना है और नेशनल के साथ साथ मुझे पैरालंपिक्स तक पहुंचना है कि मेरा ड्रीम है कि मैं पैरालंपिक्स खेलूं और इंडिया के लिए गोल्ड लेके आऊं।
Paralyzed half her body, yet she delivers the favorite food to the destination of the people. Vidya has become the first Swiggy wheelchair delivery woman. She is a hero in the real sense, an inspiration and hope for hundreds like her. With video journalist Krishna Gopal, this is Lalit Sharma for India Today, Chandigarh.
This is an incredible country. It's the fortitude of people like Vidya that keeps India going. Let me leave you with our image of the day. Britain's new king, King Charles, has been breaking the internet with his cranky behavior. First, he rebuked the royal servants, asking them to remove papers and trinkets from his desk. Now, another video of him getting upset over leaking pen has set social media ablaze. The king needs to realize he's no longer a prince. Think about it. Bye for now.
Oh God, I hate this. No, look, it's going over the back. Hang on. So nobody got shot. Where is that? No, look, it's perfect. There, this bloody thing. What they do is everyone's stinking.
I don't read the news. I read between the lines to tell you the true version of events. The true story of our times.
To document grief, the toughest assignment for any journalist to be.
From those who